Hello everyone and welcome back to my Skillshare project series. In the previous tasks, we created and programmed the single product view page where users can view detailed information about a skill. Now in task 24, we will design a responsive watchlist page. The watchlist allows users to save skills they are interested in and view them later. In this video, we will only focus on the user interface design using the HTML, Tailwind, CSS and JavaScript. By the end of this video, we will have a modern responsive watchlist page with a header section, a responsive grid of saved skills, interactive watchlist cards, a remove button and a beautiful empty state where no skills are saved. So let's start designing the page. So first, in this watchlist.php file, we have started a session. If a session is not started, then require the database connection and the process auth check.php file. Then here we have checked whether the user is logged in, the user's role and the user's user ID. And then here we will check if the user is logged in or not, and whether the user is a buyer and whether the user's ID is greater than or equal to 0. If not, they will be sent back to the index.php file. And here we have also required our header.php file. These will be explained later in the next video. Now let's move on to the design. So first we create the main layout container inside a div class min edge screen relative overflow hidden. So this will make sure the page always takes the full height of the screen, and the relative allows us to position the child elements properly. Then inside this container we will create the main section wrapper. So here we have a section. The ID is given grid section and the class relative max width 6xl, mx auto px4, sm px6, lg px8, py10, md py16. So this container controls the content width and the spacing. So this limits the page width for better readability. This centers the content horizontally, and this provides the responsive horizontal padding for mobile, tablet and desktop. And lastly, this one adds vertical spacing. So this layout makes the page clean and responsive across all screen sizes. Next, we will design the watchlist page header. So this header contains a badge, a page title, watchlist count and browse skills button. So here we will create a flex container, div class flex call md flex raw, md flex and md justify between gap 6 mb10. So here we will use the flex box to control the layout. On mobile we will use flex column so it can stack items vertically, and then on larger screens we will use md items end, md flex row, so this appears side by side. Then the gap 6 for creating a space between elements, and then mb10 adds space below the header. Now we will move on to the watchlist badge design. So in here we will design the saved skills badge. We will use inline flex, item center, gap 2, px4, py2, rounded full, bg rows 100 and 80, then text rows 700, text sm, font semibold, mb4. So this badge gives the page friendly visual label. The important design properties include the inline flex, which allows the icon and the text to align horizontally, gap 2, which creates spacing between the icon and the text, then rounded full creates a pill-shaped badge, then BG rows 180, give it a strong pink theme representing the favorites, and we will also use the text row 700. So inside the badge we can place a heart icon SVG. So this visually communicates that the page design contains saved or liked items. Next we will move on to the page title and the description. So here below the badge we will add the main heading with the class text 3XL, MD text 4XL, font extra bold, text gray 900, tracking light. So here these are the important styles. The text 3XL, the text size increases on larger screens. The font extra bold makes the title bold and prominent, and the text gray 900 provides strong contrast. And then after that we will add a small description saying that 3 skills saved for later. So this text tells the user how many items are in the watch list. Next we will design the browse more button. So in here we will add an anchor tag. So this button encourages users to discover more skills. So the most important user interface features include the rounded XL, which creates smooth rounded corners, border 2, border gray 200, which creates a subtle button outline, and the hover effects, hover border blue 400, hover text blue 600, and hover shadow MD. So this gives the button the interactive feedback. So we will also include a search icon SVG to visually represent the browsing skills. Next we will move on to the watchlist grid layout. So here we will design the grid layout for saved skills. So this grid is fully responsive on mobile, the column 1, and the column 2 on tablets, and for desktops we will use column 3. So this gap 6 ensures the consistent spacing between cards, that each item inside the grid will be a watchlist card, and also we have given a ID watchlist grid. Next we will design the watchlist card. So in here each watchlist item is designed as a card component. So here we use the article and then a class, group relative background white 80, backdrop blur, rounded 2XL, border gray 100, shadow large, hover shadow 2XL, overflow hidden, transition all, duration 300, hover translate Y1, and data product ID. So here the most important visual features include the background white 80 and the backdrop blur. So this creates a glass-like modern UI effect, and the rounded 2XL provides smooth rounded corners. The shadow LG and hover shadow 2XL makes the cards evaluate when hovered. Then the hover translate Y1, this makes the card slightly moves upward when it is hovered. So this creates a premium interaction feel. Next we will move on to the skill image section. At the top of each card we will place the skill thumbnail. So in here we have given a class relative H44, background gradient from left to right, from slate 100 to slate 50, overflow hidden. So this image container has H44, which means a fixed height. The overflow hidden means that it prevents the image from overflowing, and then inside the container we place the image with the classes width full, height full, object cover, object hover, scale 110, transition, transform, duration 500. So when the card is hovered, the image zoom slightly, this creates a modern interactive feel. And if there is no image, then we will show the books emoji with the classes width full, height full, flex, item center and justify center. Then after that, on the image we will display the skill difficulty level by using the span class, absolute, top 3, left 3, px 3, py 1, background white 90, backdrop blur, text excess, font bold, text blue 700, rounded large, shadow SM. So this badge helps users quickly identify the course level. Then below that, inside the card we will display the instructor's name with the paragraph class, text excess, font semi-bold, text blue 600, MB1. And then with the heading we will give the class font bold, text gray 900, text base, leading snug, line clamp 2, group hover, text blue 600, transition colors, and inside this we will give the title of the skill. So this line clamp 2 means it is a utility which ensures the long titles don't break the outline. Then at the bottom of the card we will show the rating indicator with a span class, text amber 400 with the emoji a star, and then after that we will display the price with the class text large, font bold, background gradient from left to right, from blue 600 to indigo 600, background clip text, text transparent. So this gradient text makes the price visually attractive. Next we will add the remove from watchlist button. So here we have a heart button on the card. So for that we have given the class WL heart, absolute, top 3, right 3, set 10, width 10, height 10, flex, item center, justify center, rounded full, background white 90, backdrop blur, shadow MD, rows, text rows 500, hover scale 110, active scale 85, transition transport. And then we have given a title remove from watchlist and the data product ID. So this button allows users to remove the skill from their watchlist. The hover animation makes the user interface feel more interactive and responsive. And here we have given a SVG for the heart button. Now finally below that we have also an empty watchlist state. So if the user has no saved skills, we will show an empty state design. This improves the user experience. The design includes a heart icon, a message, and a call to action button. So for example, in here we have shown that your watchlist is empty with the heading class text 2XL, font bold, text gray 900, MB2, and then within a paragraph we have given a class text gray 500, MB8, max with SM, MX auto, and then given save skills you're interested in with the heart icon and find them here. Then we have given an anchor tag with the link search products.php file, then the class inline flex, item center gap to px8, py4, background gradient from left to right, from blue 600 to indigo 600, text white, font bold, rounded XL, hover from blue 700, hover to indigo 700, shadow LG, hover shadow XL, transition all, and then given a SVG and the browse skills. So for example, this helps guide the user to browse skills and start saving them. So as you can see, I have logged in as a buyer, because only if you logged in as a buyer you can see this watch list. Sellers can't see this watch list page. So in here first I have given a header title with the icon saved skills, so we can specify this is the watchlist page. Then here with the big title and making the title extra bold, we have my watchlist. Then below that we have given how many skills are saved here. So here I have added 9 skills saved for later. So here you can see that when you hover on the product card, it shows an interactive feeling. So here you can see the product difficulty level, the heart icon where you can remove this product from this watch list, and the seller's name, then the product title, then the rating of this product and the price of this product, and then you have the browse more icon over here. So as you can see, if there are no skills saved in the watchlist page, it shows the empty state condition. So it shows the empty state design. So here you have the heart emoji, and then your watchlist is empty. Save skills you're interested in with the heart icon and find them here. Then I have added the button browse skills with the SVG search. So if I click on this, it takes me back to the search products.php file. And that's how we design a modern responsive watchlist page using HTML, Tailwind CSS, SVG icons, and responsive grid layouts. This design includes responsive layout, the interactive cards, hover animations, watchlist controls, and empty state user interface. In the next task, we will program the watchlist functionality and connect it to the database. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.